Good morning, Ben Alexander here. And in making this channel, I spend a lot of time driving different types of cars, electric cars, different brands, talking to a lot of different people in the local auto industry here in Tampa Bay. And last week, I drove an awful vehicle. It was so bad I couldn't make a review about it. It was a PHEV. It was I'm not even going to tell you the brand because it doesn't matter. It basically had a puny 17 kilowatt hour batteries, a plug-in SUV, 7-passenger, and a little buzzy 4-cylinder engine. And I got behind the wheel of this thing expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but it had sluggish acceleration. And when the 4-cylinder engine kicked in, it was loud and buzzy. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of trying to put a undersized engine in a vehicle. If you're going to put an undersized engine in a vehicle, like why? I understand it's more efficient for gasoline or MPG, but it's just a bad compromise. So this car literally had a 25-mile electric range before the crappy gas engine kicked in. PHEV means plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So it's a plug-in, it's got a battery, it's got a motor, And what I found as I looked at different PHEVs is that all of them, they weren't a great gas-powered car because they had an engine that was too small, and none of them were great electric cars because they had a puny little battery and measly range. Now, I would be impressed if a PHEV could go 120 miles before the gas engine kicked in. But that would make the vehicle too heavy because you have the weight of the gasoline engine, the exhaust, the catalytic converter, all the stuff that you need for internal combustion. Then you have the weight of the battery and the electric motor. Plus, you have an incredibly complex vehicle to fix. I was talking to a service writer at a Mercedes dealer, and she was the local Mercedes dealer, she was telling me that the Mercedes PHEVs are a nightmare to fix. Now, we all know that Mercedes already has an awful service record, right? Like, people don't buy Mercedes because they don't want a $7,000 repair bill. So now Mercedes is pushing PHEVs that get about 50 miles of electric range before the gas kicks in, but they are so packed with machinery and technology and complexity that I think when those vehicles are 5 years old, people are going to abandon them because they don't want to pay the gazillion-dollar repair bill to get it fixed. Here's the thing. The EVs are good enough now, full EV, that you plug in. Some EVs you can now go 370 miles. We're about to have EVs this year in 2025 that can go 600 and 700, 800 miles. Like, that is coming very soon, probably from Hyundai. And so why in the world are you going to get an overly complex, underpowered SUV that really only goes a couple miles on the electric charge? It's just a poor compromise. Let me say this. If you're looking at buying any type of plug-in electric vehicle, go drive 2 or 3 models, depending on what you're looking for. You're looking for a car, you're looking for a truck, you look at SUV. If you want to look at pickup trucks, go drive the Chevy Silverado and the F-150 Lightning. If you're looking for small SUVs, go drive the Chevy Blazer EV, and then go drive something like any of the Tesla, what's the Model Y. So go drive a couple electric vehicles, and then drive the PHEV, and see if you don't agree with everything I'm saying here. A pure electric vehicle doesn't have to compromise. A pure electric vehicle is going to be fast. It should have a decent range. You can put a 240 volt outlet on your garage wall, you can plug it in, and you can go. And now there's DC fast chargers. They're building more and more all over the United States. When I drive around Florida, I actually will do a search for DC fast chargers, and there's more popping up every day. If you download an app like Electrify America or ChargePoint, they have a map that shows you all the EV chargers near your house. And I think you may be surprised at how many EV chargers are out there. So I'm going to do a video in this week about charging my electric car from, say, 10 miles of range up to 200, and I'm going to time it on the EV fast charger. It's pretty fast now, and it's only going to get faster. So don't buy a PHEV till you test drive some real EVs. Have a great day.